Welcome back, everyone. Today we're in the Giants Editor, and I'm Jewel. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I appreciate all the new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. We're going to work on the winter, basically the scenery that pops up in the wintertime, and see if we can't put some of this into position. We got quite a few things, so I don't know if I'll get it all finished. And I don't know if I'm not quite sure how this is supposed to be. It's kind of weird the way they got it. I would actually have to look in the game to see what this looked like. I don't even remember seeing it. I didn't drive to that place in the winter at the park camping area on Elm Creek. So I'm not sure how the ground would be set up if he's down here and they're all up here. How that you would even see this? Maybe they just got it so that the head is showing, and I don't know. That's interesting to me. So we'll see. We will see. We will see. It looks like they have these around a fire, which is kind of funny. Then they have one that's in a fire pit that they act like he's, yeah. So that's interesting. And then you have all these, which are considered for the whole group of this. Now, if you just go to the time winter one, then it shows you which ones are for that. So we can move them accordingly. Let's go ahead and try to pick some places of where to put some things. I'm thinking for the winter, I mean, obviously, people's going to build snowmen if there's snow on the ground. I'm thinking right near here would make sense because if you're coming down here during the snow time and you eat something and there's snow on the ground potentially, then somewhere around where there's stuff that you're going to be having a shelter, you'll be building something near there. So we'll do that. And what we can do is just start from the top and look and see what each piece is as we bring it. Now, hopefully, it's this one. Okay, so on the other episodes, uh, I moved them down so I could move them better, like out of this group. But I'll have to check into it and make sure because it may be an issue um, of the command it needs. I'm not sure. Let me see if it has any kind of situation where there's a command it needs to work. It should be okay, but if it's not, I'll have to put the other ones back in this area and see, test it in game basically. So any of this that you're seeing tested in the game, make sure that it's showing up in a correct position that you put it and stuff like that. But we're gonna move this one by itself. Um, Pick a place. We could put this one by this. So when they coming in, here they are. There's a snowman. Somebody thought it would be funny to like he's standing out here by this. Now we never did situate this properly, so I guess we might need to do that. Okay, so let's put this on the square, and then before we do that, let's click on it and make sure we're on the whole group to it. Okay. And we're going to lower this because we don't need it to be that high there. And we'll stop it at the back corner, so that'll be where we take our um, stuff from. And then we're going to hit the sculpt mode. We're going to put this dot. When I say dot, I'm talking about the little pole in the middle. And we're going to take that dot and put it right there at the back where the ground just meets where we want it to. Hit Control R as in Richard. I'm going to scroll down a little so I'm not doing everything. And I'm just going to gently tap with my left mouse button and it's on replace. You need to put it on replace. And when we hit Control R as in Richard, it put these numbers here. And those are the numbers for that spot. If I was to hit it over here, the numbers would change. If I hit it here, the numbers would change. Wherever you hit it, depending on the level, it will change to that level. So now we left mouse click and just get it up and then smooth around it, not touching it, because if you touch it again, it's gonna mess you up. Turn that off, go in, and gently lift. And now we got area where at least it makes sense for it to be on the ground a certain way. Now we have room over here to put our snowman. As they drive in, excuse me, they'll see this. They'll see they got this here. We'll have some other way of some other sign. Actually, this isn't the best place, is it? I mean, we could turn it this way. Let me see. Because we need to be able to see that we got to do something there. So basically, they'll just stop right here because they're not blocking traffic. They'll be blocking a boat ramp potentially at the other entrance, but they can stop right here and see what they need to do. Let's get out onto the street uh, view thing so they'll be able to see. They could get out, walk up, pay. It says you gotta self-register, and they'll be able to see a snowman. So we'll be able to do that nearby here, right here somewhere, probably next to it over here. We'll probably put it on this side. So let's back up a little. Let's go back to the snow, the winter scene. Then we'll pick the snowman that we chose, and we're gonna hit Control B as in boy. Left mouse click, left mouse click, and now I'm gonna spin it around, and we can put it however close we want. We can act like he's right next to it, like, hey, it may be winter, but you gotta pay us, something or another. And if you check it again, see it's floating. Now that may be, we'll have to see. When I hit Control B, I'm gonna put it on that spot. Control B, left mouse click, left mouse click. Now it may be that it needs to be up a little because of the snow. I'm not sure. So any of this is subject to change. But when I hit Control B, I assume, typically, not always, Control B, it's on the ground where you need it. So you have to test, but that should be okay. So that's our first snowman. So you're driving along and there's a snowman. And then you're like, oh, look. And then you keep going. Now we could either have more snowmen along the way or just wait till we get further in the park. We could put one up here that they decided to make one. Now it looks like I've got to fix this a little bit. It looks like it's shifted just a little, so we need to fix it. Get that up and then re-smooth it. Try to stay away from the building. Sometimes when you're smoothing, you bump into other things accidentally. Alright, so now we got that, so we can decide where in the world the snowman would be for this area. Would he be over here by the fire warming up? Where would he be? So we could put him here. So let's click the next snowman and let's just go peek at him real quick so we can see what it really is. Okay, so this is looks like it's a little bit smaller. Has no hands. Oh, his hands are on the side, or maybe. Let me see. No, I don't think he has any. Something or another. So we could put that one over there. So let's go put him over here. Alright. Is that building not up? I gotta fix that building. Alright, before we do, we're gonna put him here. But then we're gonna have to get him again because I gotta fix this. Go up, get the whole group. And this piece had to move by itself, so I'm just gonna highlight it a minute. And then I'm gonna get the sculpt mode. And I'm gonna click over here. And then I'm gonna bring this up to that level. And go back a little further. And a little further out. Try not to go too far. I'm gonna move over so I can smooth it. It's hard to see where you need to smooth it, so you're gonna have to adjust yourself properly. And we'll move a couple of places to see. But I'm trying to stay away from it just to make sure that I'm not knocking it back down again. And then we'll back up over here and see. Most of this looks decent, but we'll get a little bit here. Just a hair. And I think we're okay. We might could barely tap here, barely. There. We'll see. So we should be okay there. And then we gotta raise this up a little till it touches there. Something like so. And then this, we didn't really do anything, so it should be okay. So we can click off of there. Go back to second snowman. And say we put him right here on the corner. And you just turn him around and he's just gonna chill right here like he's chilling by the fire but not too close. He's like, I'm cold but I don't want to melt, so we could scoot him up a little if we see that he's too far, or if he looks like he's floating on the hill or anything. Just go in close where you can see that. Is he too far over? Is there any slope there? I think it looks okay. So now when we drive him by, we can see him. And we keep going, and we get down here. And so they might want a snowman. So, because, most places do. So we're just going to not look at it and bring it over. Control B. And for now, I'm going to stick it right here. And look at it and see what it is. Okay. So there's the other snowman. So I might put him over here. Control B. By the slide. Is he just sloped on purpose? Yeah. They got him angled on purpose to make him look like, But you can straighten him however you see fit. And just put him as soon as he touches the ground. And if we like that, and that we think that's good, then we can say good. And then he's playing next to the kids built it next to the slide. So then when we're driving around, we see a snowman and we're like, oh, look. And we keep going. Or when we come in this way, we see him. Now we can slope this a little more. Look like a bit of a situation. Not much, just barely. Just barely. I need to fix that, so we're going to go back up there. We're going to take this and click back on this area. Get this back. We're not going to go over by the snowman. We're just barely going to tap it. Just to get that one spot. And tap, tap, tap. We don't care if it's a little bit there. Alright. And now we're going to back up and we're going to move on to this, and let's just see what that is. Let's hit F on the keyboard to go to it. Okay, so what is going on here? Okay, they're all around this, so we'll have to, if we like that idea, which it's not bad, that it's kind of silly though. I mean, look at there. That's just silly. They're trying to get warm. So then we could put one of these, or this one, wherever they're going to be. So if we like that, we can put that somewhere. I'm not sure where we would put it. Let's see. We have a bunch of tents up in here that only show up at certain times. And I think this is the summer and spring thing. So, I don't know. That stuff will be gone, so we may need to try to put something here as well with those things, So I'm trying to decide. Let's go down. Okay, so that's what's there in the summer. So there won't be anything there other than that, but like when it's in the summer. So this whole spot would be empty from my understanding. I hadn't looked at it otherwise. So we need to put some things there, So let's we might save some of that big stuff for it. And put it like right here in the middle or something. So we could put a snowman on the corner. So when you drive by, You see snowmen. But I don't know about the burn pit ones. Let's just see where we're gonna put the other ones first, and then we can come back to that. Now the burn pit ones probably need to go to this one, and then we could give them an extra one, and then we come down to the end. We'll fix this road later. Don't worry about that. But basically, we'll come to the end of the road to get to here, here, and that, and our gazebo. I mean, our not our gazebo, but our campsite picnic area. And then that's another one, and then another gazebo. And we may put parking in some of this, wherever we need to put a little bit of parking for if it's for the road part. A lot of it we're gonna leave it as foot trail. So we could put it over here for this one, and have the snowmen back on this side potentially. So what we might do is put it here. So this we might move to the other side. We'll have to look at the thing to see where the actual stuff is. Let me see. Try to get back to, I believe it was this one. No, let me make sure because I don't want to drag something. Okay, that's not it. So we don't want that one. We want this one. And that's the group. Okay. So let's get the group and put over here. And we're going to put it here, but we got to look at the other image to see. So Control B is in boy. Left mouse click, and we'll put that little thing there as well. But first we need to check the one that shows us what's here. Okay, so you can see that where I put it is a good spot because they're okay to be there. Okay, so I could either bring it forward a little bit so that it's closer to the camper stuff. That's probably what I'm gonna do, and I still gotta move all these. I never did do it, so those have to be moved. The rest of that should be okay for the most part. These got to be moved, but I might not do all that on screen because that's a lot of moving stuff. The rest of it we moved on screen. You get the point of how to do it. I'm not going to just belabor it. We're going to go ahead and move that snowman stuff over. We need to move this over to get it out of that spot. We'll move it over here. Go ahead and at least set something over this way. Tilt it roughly. Alright, that gets that out of the way. Now we can move this winter scene one. It's this one. We can move it over, say about maybe right here. We'll have to check again and see where it's at. Come down and see. So we need to have a look. While we're clicking, watch. Okay, so it's over. Looks like it's okay. It needs to be moved just a hair this way. Alright. Let me get it again. And move it over just a little bit. And then one more time, check where it's going to be. Okay, that's not letting me put it back. I think that's good enough. I'm gonna put that actual burning thing here and see. And I don't know if I'm gonna have to deal with any movement of these. I'll have to check in game. But we're gonna go get that burn uh pit or whatever you want to call it somewhere. This one. We're gonna take it over there and put it there. We'll be able to see better when we highlight it where to put this thing. I'm just gonna stick it there for now, roughly. Okay. Now we're gonna click back here so we can see. Oh, I was close. It's real close. Alright, so I gotta move it. Alright, we're gonna move it over. And we're gonna turn it around because their tents are facing this way. So I'm trying to make it look like it makes sense for them to be cooking there. Okay, now we're gonna put it back and check it. Okay, close, not quite. We could move this to fit it. Let me go over the top. See how that looks. Make sure they're not touching, that would hurt. It would melt. I think that's pretty close. I mean, I don't see any reason to move it anymore. Now we need to set and go down to this one. Or we could make the whole thing light up. Well, I took it out of it, so it probably won't light up. So we'll do that. We'll put it back down. So we probably have to put that back a little bit, like I say. See, none of that. That'll be what's there. Um, so I'm trying to decide, do I want to move this anywhere else? I mean, we could just move this one altogether. We really don't need but the one cooking spot for these two. Unless we're saying they're both separate. Let's put this one over here. We'll put it right here. And turn it toward the tent. So that it's like they have theirs over here. Okay, let's see how that works. And everything's subject to change because, you know, when you're doing this, you're not. Well, we gotta move it a little bit. That's a little bit close. I'm gonna move it. Say to here. And then we can go back. And that's probably okay because you figure outside the tent, you know, they leave this here for people to put their tent up, and they can put their tent any kind of way they want. And we'll move this stuff, like I said. The benches and things will be moved, so don't worry about all that. We'll just decide where we want to put all that. We can turn it, move it, slide it, make whatever we want. And we'll deal with all that later. And again, it could be inside something else now. You know, and then we got some to get out from under the ground. Like so. So we'll deal with that. But now we have these here. This one I would like to move because it's floating so high. Even though I'm not finished with it. We're going to call that an episode here. But I hope you enjoyed And I'm going to catch you on the next one. Please hit the like button, subscribe, turn on your notification bell if you want to receive a notification every time I post a video. Goodbye, everybody.